Hey everyone, welcome back. You ever get that feeling like you're just constantly going and going, always pushing?
Oh, absolutely. Always striving for something.
Well, today we're going to flip that script. We're diving into, get this, the power of stopping.
Interesting.
Yeah, right. We found this article and really got us thinking. It's all about what happens when you actually hit pause in different parts of your life.
I'm intrigued, not like giving up.
No, 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 not at all. It's more like how to actually reach your goals, but smarter, make it sustainable.
Makes sense. I'm in.
Yeah.
So, where do we start with this stopping thing?
Well, the article calls it strategic stopping, which I kind of like. It's about being intentional, choosing where your energy goes.
Not just chasing every shiny thing, every opportunity. Got it. So, how do we figure out where to, as you say, strategically stop?
So the article makes this really interesting point. All that striving, that hustle culture we're all caught up in,
Yeah.
it can actually make us blind to what truly matters. You get so busy doing, you forget the why.
It's true. You can lose sight of the big picture.
Exactly. Like imagine climbing a ladder, right? You're so focused on getting to the top, you don't even realize it's leaning against the wrong wall.
Perfect analogy. You're working hard, but maybe not towards what you actually want.
And that's where the strategic stopping comes in. The article says, take a step back, even just a small pause. Ask yourself, what really matters to me? Are my actions lining up with my values?
Those are important questions. Are you chasing fulfillment or just going through the motions?
Right. But here's the thing. Pausing. It's tough. Like our whole society's obsessed with busyness.
Oh, totally. It's like a badge of honor.
Oh,
I'm
so
too busy.
the article calls it the dark side of hustle culture.
Definitely a dark side. All that pressure to achieve, be productive can lead to burnout, stress, relationships suffer. You end up sacrificing your well-being for the sake of getting things done.
But then you look back and think, was all that even worth it?
Mm.
Were those the right things to be doing?
Exactly. So it's not just slowing down, it's being mindful of where your time and energy are actually going.
So how do we escape this hustle trap without just becoming, totally passive?
Ah, good question. That's where this idea of, and the article talks about this, strategic letting go comes in.
Yes, strategic letting go. I like the sound of that. What does it mean?
It's not about abandoning your dreams. It's about letting go of things that don't serve you anymore. Could be bad habits, relationships that are no good for you, even just unrealistic expectations.
Like clearing out the clutter to make space for what you really want.
Exactly.
There's that saying, you got to let go of the shore to discover new oceans. Love that. But how do we actually put this letting go into action?
The article suggests starting with some reflection. Take a look at your commitments, your habits, your relationships. What's draining your energy? What's actually adding value to your life?
Yeah.
And what can you let go of to make room for what really matters?
Be intentional. I like it. Now, the article also had this really interesting personal story. The author talked about getting sick, right?
Yes. The author was forced to rest because of an illness. And you know what? It ended up being a blessing in disguise.
How so?
It was a forced pause. The author had to step off the treadmill of everyday life. That gave them a totally fresh perspective.
So even though it wasn't planned, this illness became a kind of strategic stopping.
Precisely. Suddenly, all those things the author was striving for seemed less important. They were able to reconnect with their values, rediscover what truly brought joy.
That's powerful. Stepping back, even when you don't choose to, can lead to some real insights, maybe even a new sense of purpose.
Absolutely. It makes you think, what could we all discover if we built in those pauses, even when we don't have to? What if strategic stopping became part of our routine?
Imagine the clarity, the focus we could gain just hitting pause, even for a few minutes a day, to reflect, make sure we're on the right track. So it's not about being passive, right? It's not about giving up on your goals.
No, it's about being strategic, knowing when to push, when to step back, choosing where you invest your energy.
Exactly. Sometimes the most productive thing you can do is nothing. It's in those moments of stillness, of strategic stopping, that you connect with yourself. Figure out your priorities. Live a more meaningful life.
Couldn't agree more.
Makes you think, doesn't it?
Yeah.
If you could hit pause on just one area of your life right now, what would it be? Just to get some clarity. What would you discover in that space? Something to think about. Until next time, remember, sometimes the most productive thing we can do is nothing at all.